Welcome back to the ultimatesoccershow.com, everybody. Welcome back, subscribers, and thank you. And if you're watching this for the first time, please subscribe. Right now, we're going to cover a pre-game analysis, Canada versus the United States World Cup qualifier coming off Nashville, Tennessee at the Nissan Stadium. Tonight, I'm wearing a donated shirt, and that comes in from Tony from Toronto, and I'm walking on camera right now. Warning, it's a loud shirt.
And it is loud. It's totally a loud shirt. This is a loud shirt. Told you it was loud. So, Tony out of Toronto, thank you for the shirt. He's obviously been listening for a little while, and we do say the shirt story. Every time I wear a different shirt, I tell you the story of the shirt and why I'm wearing it. And every show is a different shirt. So, Tony, Toronto, Manchester United training shirt, not a playing shirt, Adidas. And, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, Tony, thank you. Thank you very much. So, there we go. Now, getting down to business. Let's start from details. The table. Canada are sitting in second in the table. That's a good place to be. That really is a good place to be. Nothing wrong with that. One of the things out of that game that we have drawn a conclusion on, there was a call for a handball in the game, and the referee just moved on, disregarded it. When we stop the camera and look at the ultimate VAR, yes, the ball does actually smack right on the elbow. So last year's rules, there would have been a penalty, guaranteed. So that shows you the rule change this year. Just because it glances off the shoulder doesn't mean it's a penalty. It's got to be intentional. And I'm glad that they're making that distinction because it's more real. Because, let's face it, reactions, when that ball gets headed and it's glanced, you can't move your elbows quick enough because you're balancing in the air. So I think it's a great move. So kudos to the referee the other day for not giving it. I don't think it was. So there you go. Now, moving on. 3 players for Canada I want to touch quickly. Jonathan David against Honduras got close a few times, but he was marked very tightly. Against the US, he's going to get marked, but I think there's a chance or two that he'll be able to find a little pocket to move in and get a good pass in for an assist maybe, or maybe get a good shot off. So I would say this much. Jonathan David, the US lines up good for him. Maybe we see him have a more sort of impacting game. Another guy, Tejon Buchanan, he had a good game, but he was marked really close against Honduras. I mean, they knew he was a threat, and they really got close to him. And you expected that. Against America, I think that he finds a little bit more space too, but he's got to be brave, and he's got to want it, and he's got to go for it. And Tejon, recently, you've been saying you get fouled a lot. Get used to it. The players that get fouled the most are the ones that have the ball the most. You like the ball. You're a skillful player. You're making things happen. You're going to get fouled. I would suggest you get fouled in the box. Try that for size. Maybe you win a penalty. Then it's worth it. Then it's good to get fouled, right? Yeah. So he's saying he gets fouled a lot. Let's see it in the penalty box. But otherwise than that, TB doing fantastic. Mr. Buchanan, big up to you. I love what you do. You're a young guy, but boy, I think you've got a good future. Keep going. Be brave. Be confident. Do it. Don't wait for it. Just do it. Now, other guy, Stephen Eustachio. Ever since he came into the national team, I've loved what this guy's doing. He's good on the ball. He's good in the air. He controls the game, and he makes it all happen. Second half against Honduras, he made the plays. He dictated the pace, the direction, and when we lost the ball, he was right in the heart of it, getting it back and lining up automatically on the counter-attack. So Eustachio for me, Stephen, the quarterback Eustachio. I love everything about this guy. He is absolute dynamite. He is the game. He's got a brain. He's got a touch. He can finish with the head, with the feet, dictate the play. He's an all-rounder, and he's so important to this team. So I'm a big fan of Stephen Eustachio. Love him. On the year, Canada, 9 wins, 2 losses and a draw. The 2 losses, 1-0 against America and 2-1 against Mexico at the Gold Cup. America, 12 wins, 1 tie, 1 loss. And the loss was against Switzerland earlier in the year. I believe it was May 30th. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong on the day, but I'm right on the month. Now, 1 loss for America, 2 losses for Canada, 2021. It's going to be a tight game. Your favourite in the game is America. A good result for Canada would be a tie. Magical result would be a win. So we're going to have to see what happens. But I think it'll be a tight game. I don't think nobody blows each other out. Whoever wants it the most gets closest to winning it. But it's going to be a game of little mistakes. So if you don't stay focused and win the game management, which I'll get to, you might be in trouble. So it's all about focus, endeavour, effort, and getting things right. Now, just swaying off slightly to the side, websites. UltimateSoccer.com website, it's very simple. It's on a black screen, so it's easy on the eye. It's easy on the eye. And you can watch it when you're inside of a building or inside of a car, and there's no problem with seeing what's there. Now, I'm just saying this. I don't want you to drop me a comment after what I say. I went on the Canadian website, the Canadian national team's website, and the US national team's website, soccer. And it's like, all I'm saying is, what a lot of clutter. I would love to see a Canadian men's website and a Canadian women's, and vice versa, a US men's and a US women's site for both their respective national teams of men and women. Because quite frankly, I think the women's national game is big enough to have their own websites, their own product. They don't need the men to mingle with them. I think they're both in rights to have their own websites. Plus the clutter between the two, it kind of is a little bit much nowadays. So it's two groups of business. Guys, all I'm saying, let's simplify. A man's national team site, a women's national team site would be much better for both, because then you're running on your own power. Just saying. And it would put a lot of the clutter to a side. Now, getting to the game, the meat and veg. Canada, possession is going to be key. You've got to have possession of the ball. If you have possession, you're going to be in the game. You're going to be able to dictate things instead of get things dictated to. And you're also going to help yourself in other angles of the game. The first angle is this. If you keep possession as much as you can, you'll help yourself ride the first thing that's coming at you from the US, and that's the Storm. They're going to be trying to get a goal on you early in the game. If you keep possession and don't panic and hold possession and make yourself move up and down the field in unison as a team should on the road, you give yourself a chance to ride that first piece of the game out. That's the Storm. So they're coming at you with a Storm earlier on in. America wants to get the early goal. The second thing is conquer your nerves, be brave. If you can do that, you can help yourself keep that possession game, build into the game, and start building in the game and start getting ownership of certain parts of the field to help you push up to the halfway line. Because if you're sitting on the edge of your penalty box, that's not a good thing. So start to do that. Third thing, you got to start playing in their half. If you can get in the US half and start playing the game like you did against Honduras in the second half, and Steven Eustáquio is doing the quarterbacking, and you got Junior Hoylett and Alphonso Davies killing people down the left and making crosses come in, or maybe a chance here or a slip through ball, because there was a lot of it, and you open up on the right side then for Buchanan to come into the play, and then you got David and you got Clarion in the middle. They're going to feed off the chances. I'll tell you what, it's all because of Steven Eustáquio. So he's got to quarterback everything in there in the game. Play it in their half. Fourthly, control the game, game management, mental game, and all the one-on-one battles. Win all those, you hold yourself to hold that game in their half. That's key. You cannot sit in defence to get a defensive win. You've got to get an offensive win by being in their half. You sit back, there is no defensive counter-attacking win. You've got to get that win by being an offensive unit in their half. Your best defence is attack. In Canada, I think you realise that. You can't risk everything, and you've got to be patient. I understand that too. But you cannot play it in your own half. You've got to be in the US's half. It's categorically vital for a result. Even if you want to draw, you're not going to get it in your own half. You've got to go to town. You've got to hit the numbers, and you've got to play the game. And you've got to be in the US half. Finally, when you get in there, execution. A lot of chances were blown in the last game with power. Redirect the ball in the goal, pass it in the goal, see where the goal is going, fake it right, but shoot left. You're looking right, but you're shooting left. All these little things happen. But be patient in front of goal. And throughout the game, Canada, you've got to be patient. You've got to work your nuts off, but you've got to go, go, go. So, all I'm saying, at the end of the day, America should win it. It's not a blowout either way. A draw is a good result for Canada. A win would be magical, not out of the realm. It could happen. But a top result right now, I would take for Canada would be a point against America. I would take that right now because America is expected to win. Now, saying that, if you've got any points, any views, comment down below, subscribe down below, and hey, remember, after the game today, drop me some news and we'll put it in the show for the post game, which is coming up after the game. I'm really pumped for it. I'm looking forward to it. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be another tight game. It could go either way. It really could. But we're going to have to see. Whoever makes the little mistakes loses. And both teams want this. Don't kid yourself. America is looking for 3 points and they expect the win. Canada, you got to stop it. You got to get a point on the road minimum. Will you? I'd love it. I really would love it. And I know you would too. Check back later. Post game, we're going there. Go Canada, go.